Salute to the hottest chat in the MF game. A-side official. No negotiations needed, period. You already know WCS is back in the building. Hopefully everyone is enjoying their Friday, man. I'm just doing what retirees do, man. I'm up in the morning with the rising sun. Gonna drink my coffee till the cup is done. Singing low, right or left, right. Just trying to give a little bit of time for, some people to get in here. Hope everyone is doing great. Yeah, I wanted to drop in and talk about the face-off of Steven Nelson and Pacheco. First of all, shout out to both of them undefeated warriors. You know what I'm saying? Taking nothing away from Pacheco. You know what I'm saying? He's gotten to where he's at from going through I guess the step-by-step process of winning the secondary belts and everything else that goes along with it. Steven Nelson has had a career where he's maintained an unblemished record, maintained his respect as a legitimate, contender. He's just had some hiatuses where he just couldn't stay in front of the line. Now he gets the opportunity of all opportunities, the grandest of them all, to pretty much prove to the people that you can come back from a Achilles tear, and all those other personal problems he had, and come back and defeat a big name like Pacheco, who really is in a prime position right now with his age. Pacheco is very young in the game. Steven Nelson is older. But, like I always say, man, you surround yourself with greatness, and those moments present themselves. And that's who he's been around. He's been around greatness. And I'm damn sure some of that has bled off on him when he was in the gym and getting people ready for their fights. He's getting ready for his fights. And you had to learn something. But at the face-off, man, Bomac, it seemed like, man, he was a psychiatrist in that. Bomac was a shrink, for real. Bomac was in Pacheco's mind, bro. You know what I'm saying? He said, it's okay. You're still young. You're still going to be good when we beat you. You're still young. Don't worry about it, youngin'. You're still young in the game. You'll recover from this. You'll recover from this loss, man. I'm pretty sure you was the first in your class. And what Pacheco do? No, I actually dropped out. One thing I can tell you about combat sports and martial arts, I don't put a lot into Pacheco responding the way he did. I don't, because some fighters, man, they can play with the best of them. It's hard to tell if you really, you was able to breach the front entry and you playing around, in the living room a little bit, breaking shit. I don't know, man. He looked a little, out of his comfort zone a little bit, like he was looking around with that goofball look. But like I said before, I don't put too much emphasis in there. I just know Bomac was goddamn thrashing this dude. Verbally, he was thrashing him. And it was good for boxing. While Steven Nelson was saying, I done seen all that. Hey, Steven Nelson said, I done seen all that. What's up, Gumbo? What's good with it, Mike? Arnold Brown, what's good? Carlos Jackson in the building, what's good with it, man? Pacheco and wants to grow. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Why did you already... Let's see. Anyway. I just thought Bomac gave, a bit of energy that was needed, because Steven Nelson's not really that trash talker like that. Pacheco definitely is not the trash talker. So Bomac was able to pull some shit out of him to make it interesting. You know what I'm saying? I mean, both of them are not really trash talkers like that. Steven Nelson got Bomac and Bernie the Boxer. Bernie the Boxer is usually going to be the one that's doing the trash talking. You know what I'm saying? But Bomac was in his motherfucking... He was in his, not in his bag, but he was in his freaking stance yesterday, I suppose. He was talking mad shit. I rarely see him. The only time I see him that hyped up was after the Spence, T-Mobile massacre, and he was in the back telling people, I told you. You know what I'm saying? That's the most hyped I seen him, but it wasn't towards another fighter. This one, man, he was on his trash talking game. You know what I'm saying? He was on his trash talking game, man. He said it's gonna be okay, shawty. You young in this life. It's gonna be okay, man. You'll recover from this, man. When we beat you, you'll recover from it. Boxer, I see you in the building. Let me talk about because I'm gonna come back on a little later, man. I'm just out here waiting on some stuff. Hey, shout out to the Strays that's in the building too. But we have a lot of fights coming up, of course. People still talking about David Morrell and David Benavidez. I have Benavidez winning that. I know a lot of people going for the Cuban because they believe with 11 fights, that just erases everything that's on the championship level. At one point in time, David Benavidez was one of the youngest to pick up that belt. And I don't know. I don't know why people so quick to try to erase this man. And it's not like Dave Morrell is a youngin. Dave Morrell, you know how them Cubans come over here. They say they 24 years old, but they be 34 years old. I don't see how in 1 minute we can be talking boxing and everybody's laying the scriptures down on how this works with this and that, and how this experience, he fought that opponent in this championship showcase, and this is how that's going to prove how he's going to be much better when it comes down to them, splitting the ropes and answering the bell and all this other shit. Where are y'all seeing this in Morrell that he's going to knock out Benavidez? Where does the experience come from? Where? Any other time, it's like, just say, for instance, any other fighter that doesn't have the experience on their resume, that's underscored. They don't have the experience, so they're not going to win. We ain't counting on them to win. But then with Morrell, somehow, some way, man, I guess they just want to be a fan, a part of the fan club with Morrell. But he doesn't have that experience David Benavidez has. I don't know what y'all seeing. Just to say he's a power puncher and he went the distance this last fight. What's going on with y'all? I mean, what's up with y'all, man? 1 second y'all hardcore fans, and then you coming up here saying that, hey, Morrell can't be touched, can't be stopped, can't be rocked. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he went the distance with his last opponent, and then they'll tell me, oh, Hot Rod, he wasn't no bum. I never said he was a bum. They're saying that Morrell is going to go in here and stop Benavidez because he's a power puncher. And I'm like, when does it stop? And then you get a power puncher like Tank. And people up here saying, well, now they may say Shakur don't have no power, but he's elusive and he can get Tank tired. Man, dog. Man, y'all need to watch some Wild Kingdom, bro. Watch some nature, some National Geographic movies, bro, on how animals hunt. Seriously, watch some Prayer Mantis on YouTube. Y'all truly don't. I don't know. Some of your cats don't understand, man. Like, the way y'all go about judging these fighters that's been in wars, that's proven themselves, but yet it's still not enough for y'all. I'm like, what would be enough? Real talk. What's going to be enough for y'all to understand that some of these fighters are different? Some of these fighters are different. David Benavidez is different, in my opinion. He has his imperfections, of course, like we all do. But to say that Morrell is going to go in there and do this, that, and the other, what has he done? Man, he has some of the best tomato, basil, freaking thick ragu cans on his record. For real. If boxing had a sanitation department, they'll start with his record. I ain't being mean, but if the trash man was coming down the street and they had resumes lined up, they'll say, oh, hey, David, aquí amigo, right? See. They going to his record, bro. He ain't fought nobody. Bro. Except Hot Rod, his last fight. That's it. Except Hot Rod. They call themselves enthusiasts, hardcores, aficionados, and you get a fighter like Benavidez with all the experience, and they just mollify that shit like it doesn't matter, it doesn't exist. All they want to do is keep talking about him popping positive for cocaine and dropping his. Come on. Tank dropped his belts for weight. He went up a division, then came back down to the very same weight he dropped his belt and won another belt. I don't know, man. Then let me switch over to the Keyshawn right quick. Keyshawn Davis and Shakur Stevenson. Look, people, I was the first to put it out there. They're going to fight. All right? People don't want to damn snap my name. It's okay. I'm still going to be up here, in the dirty, doing what I do, man. Like I'm saying, Yeah, I can't convince everybody, but I did put it out there and start pushing for Keyshawn and Shakur. And then the very next, couple of hours or whatever, Keyshawn comes out with a face-off with him and Shakur Stevenson. Yeah, people be dropping links like little snitches. And that's how your word get out there. But them cats who know you was up there talking about it, they don't want to give you credit for it. But anyway, them two gonna fight. Look, Shakur and Keyshawn. I'll say this again. Keyshawn gets it. Shakur might have felt some type of way, but Keyshawn and his family get what I said. That's why they did the face-off. If them two do not fight one another, they're not in the sport to make the biggest paycheck and the biggest money that they possibly can. They don't understand it. And if you wait till you in your 30s to think that the fanfare is going to be here talking about this when Keyshawn's 24, something like that he is, when he's out in 2025, and you think you're going to wait another 8 years, 9 years for the fans to get this fight, it ain't happening, bro. It ain't happening. Everybody talking about Keyshawn ready for Tank. He's ready for Branchik. Yeah, he's also ready for Shakur Stevenson too. And that's 2-fight deal worth millions. That's a 2-fight deal worth millions. Look, Shakur said he get hit the least, right? So we're not expecting a knockout. So they get a 2-fight deal. They go to distance, come back for a rematch, just like Beterbiev and Bivol. Make the bags. That's good for boxing business, right? They're going to fight. They're going to fight, period. Now, lastly, man, this shit is crazy. I told you all before. Who is in a position to gain the majority of the benefits? What's going on, OG Bruce Gas in the building? What's good? Who is set to earn the majority of the benefits when it comes to this so-called tournament 147 pounds? Because you're looking at Jaron Ennis and who he's about to fight, cool. But it's nothing after that. It's almost like the play is for Ennis to go in here, fight Baranchik. He wins. He potentially will fight Teofimo Lopez. So therefore, Teofimo Lopez gets another shot at a champion, peep game, at a champion that has more than one belts. All right? Because you know good and damn well Teofimo Lopez was forced to unify. He didn't even have no plans of unifying, but he get with Eddie Reynoso, and he's desperate trying to seek freaking Turkey Al-Sheikh. Guess what? Now he has to unify. What the fuck this nigga doing? He's forced to unify the 140-pound division. So, you know, he got to go in there and hope he beat Hitchens. Hitchens is a real bad matchup for him. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? A big part of me have Hitchens beating Teofimo Lopez in a boring ass fight. I'm telling you. One thing about Hitchens, man, he's technically sound. Yeah, he's technically sound, bro. So you got Ennis at 47 who has the belts in that division. That's where the tournament is held. I don't see how he benefits by facing Teofimo Lopez in that particular fight, moving up. Because they're sitting up here bitching about Tank fighting Lamont Roach, who's a champion in 130. Now, Ennis, who's struggling for fan base, he's supposed to fight Teofimo Lopez for 140. That's how you're going to boost his career? Or he get a pass for fighting Stanthionis, then Teofimo Lopez. So therefore, he should be able to go in there and beat Teofimo, unless they got the playbook out, and then go in there and fight Haney and Ryan Garcia. But how does that help Jaron Ennis unify the 147-pound division? The only positive aspect of this, he beats Baranchik. It takes him off the IBF rehydration clause. Then maybe he'll be a bit stronger at 147, and he won't look like he don't have any energy and keep on getting tired. I don't know. Appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. I'll be back on a little later. I'm out. Peace.